What's up, guys? I'm going to jump right into it. Huge update just dropped from Marvel Snap. If you want to read everything that I'm about to go over for yourself, a link will be in the description below. I'm probably not going to read it word for word here on the video. I'm going to try to make it short and sweet and just go over the highlights or things that I think are interesting or important and give you my 2 cents on it. If you would like, feel free to join our Discord as well. Whenever these updates get pushed, I'm going to read this from the Marvel Snap Discord. Whenever these updates get pushed, they go straight to our Discord as well. And then a bunch of us, have it out and give our opinions on the updates. So here we go. Series 5 to 4, Series 4 to 3. I'm pretty sure we already knew this was coming. We didn't know exactly when, probably, but here it is. So no new information to be discussed here for the most part. It looks like they're adding like confirmation to some of the purchasing in the shop, which is great because I know some people, misclick on their phone or whatever and accidentally buy stuff. So that's a nice quality of life change there. Art and visual effects, I personally don't really care about this kind of stuff. I mean, it's nice when they fix stuff that's confusing or slows down the game, but let's just get past that. Card updates. Okay, here's the big stuff. Darkhawk going from a 4-1 to a 4-0. You guys can read the comments on your own time. I'll just give you my thoughts on it. They did say that when they initially wanted to make this change, it was before Zabu was nerfed, so they probably thought Darkhawk was still going to be a problem, or they were making this change because Darkhawk was such a problem. Darkhawk probably isn't as big of a problem right now, so this change doesn't really make that big of a difference in my opinion. If anything, it makes it a slightly better in the negative version of Darkhawk, which I haven't personally seen that much, so I don't see that making a big difference in a positive or a negative way. This is the one that I'm personally bothered with a little bit from their reasoning for why they're doing it. So the Thanos, they're buffing it. They're saying they're buffing it from a 6-8 to a 6-11. So people actually want to play Thanos more because, it has more power now. But I'm not sure if they're aware of part of what makes Thanos good to play is, especially when you run it with Quinjet, which most people do, is that you can hold back the Power Stone so that it can't get hit by Shang-Chi. Now, whether you play or hold back the Power Stone makes no difference. Shang-Chi can take it out. So, maybe in the long, over the long run, it'll still be a buff, but we'll see. I'm not as sold to the idea that that's a straight buff. For a normal card, probably, but because Thanos has the flexibility of keeping it below or above that 8 power threshold. We'll see. Sandman, though, this is a big one. This one actually has me super excited because I've been experimenting a lot with Sandman lately. They're changing it from a 4-1 to a 5-5. So, yes, playing it a turn later might seem like it's worse, but that additional power is huge. And in my experience, Sandman doesn't even really help you that much by playing it on turn 3 or turn 4 versus the big turn to have it on the board by is turn 5, right? Because that's the turn that they wave, and on turn 6 they play She-Hulk plus Death plus Arrow, right? Or they play their Sarah on 5, and then they play 3 or 4 things on 6, or Mr. Negative, they save everything till turn 6, right? So the thing that's important about Sandman is that it's on the board by turn 5. So I think changing it to a 5-5 is a great change. I'm almost nervous that it's going to make it too strong and everyone's going to be playing it. They're going to be playing ramp versions of it or lockjaw versions of it. That's just my initial guess. We'll see. I'm definitely going to be experimenting with some of it myself today on my stream, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. So they also made some small changes to cards that they thought were a little bit weak that could use a buff. Spider-Woman from a 5-7 to a 5-8. I mean, I think Spider-Woman is kind of not as bad as people think it is. And probably deserves to be played more. So making it a 5.8 just kind of like nudges people in the direction of giving it a try. So I'm excited about that. I'm probably going to be trying it more often myself. Namor from a 4.5 to a 4.6. I don't know. I still think it's going to be bad, personally. Dagger from a 2.1 to a 2.2. That's a decent change. I mean, I don't think Dagger's a bad card to begin with. I think it's pretty good. But buffing any of the move archetype a little bit is probably fine. It's not going to, break anything by making it a 2.2 versus a 2.1. That's not what makes Dagger good anyway. It's how much it can get buffed. But we'll see. They might end up reverting that after they release more move cards, hopefully here soon in the next season or the future seasons. They did a text update to Yondu, so it says destroy now instead of remove, which just makes it easier for people to understand how it interacts with death. They did say it's not going to affect how it works with Wolverine or Colossus, which personally I dislike. I think in both cases it shouldn't work against those. Against Wolverine, I think Wolverine should pop on the board, and against Colossus, I think it should just like make the dinging noise that Colossus makes, and it just like goes into the opponent's hand on their next draw or something like that. That's just my opinion. It's whatever. They did some text updates as far as instead of saying after you play a card, now it says, or instead of saying when you play a card, now it says after you played a card. And they did that for a bunch of cards. So like Angela, it says like when you play a card, give Angela +2. Now it says after you play a card, give it +2. That's fine. Just a quality of life text change. I think they also did that on a bunch of locations. Yeah, they did it on all these locations down here as well. So you can read through those if you care to. They did update Sakaar, which is a location that I've personally been frustrated by a bunch of times, where it pulls out a card from your hand and then the effect goes off immediately. Now instead of pulling the card at the start of the turn, it does it at the end of the turn. So there's always been some confusion with the way Storm works, or Wave. Like it'll play Wave and then everything is cost 4 that turn and the next turn, which that's a bug with Wave in my opinion. They need to fix Wave and make it so Wave only affects the cost of cards for the following turn, not that turn as well. But I digress. Bug fix, or here's a huge one. They kind of hid this one. I'm not sure everyone's gonna notice it, but this is huge, man. They're making the symbiote location. They're gonna make the symbiote cost 4 now instead of 1. So no longer does it get killed by Killmonger. I mean, for me, that's just like a huge pain. Like trying to play around that, because I know like so many people are running Killmonger, especially all the death decks. So like I personally love to play like Thanos, Lockjaw, and like I would throw all the stones in there, but they'd all get Killmonger. But now they'll turn into a 4 cost, so beautiful. Here's some bug fixes. They fixed Absorbing Man now, so it does get the double on reveal ability when you play it with like Wong or Kamar-Taj or with Odin. I played a ton of Absorbing Man when Zabu was reducing 4 costs by 2, but now that it only does it by 1, you're not seeing as much Absorbing Man, but maybe this makes Absorbing Man a little more played. We'll see. I still think Absorbing Man is, in theory, a strong card. They fixed some other small stuff. Carousel on PC, not getting stuck mid-rotation. For anyone who plays on Steam, you know the pain of that. It's not a huge deal, but nice that they fixed it. They put the Pro Bundle at the bottom of the shop, so you don't have to scroll past it every time. Beautiful. Love that. Would have been nice if you could just like minimize it or exit out, but put it at the bottom solves the problem. So I don't have to be tempted every single day. Anyway, I know some of you understand what I mean there. They added the fast forward VFX for the when you play Onslaught on a Bar Sinister. I think they did that for another thing as well, but we'll get to it hopefully. Altar of Death now gives you energy when you play Green Goblin or Hobgoblin on it. I didn't realize that was not working, so glad they fixed it. Some matchmaking connection stuff for battle mode, and some issues with the game locking up for different instances. You guys can read through all that stuff. What else is interesting here? Just a bunch of little quality of life issues. They fixed Miles Morales costs when a card is moved. So I think when a card would move and like get destroyed in Fist Tower, Miles Morales probably didn't get its cost reduced. I'm guessing that's what that means here. I personally haven't experienced it because I haven't played Miles Morales like almost at all since it first got released. All right, it looks like there's a bunch of other small changes to the UI for mobile, as well as some other small quality of life changes. You guys are welcome to read through them. They're mostly just visual effects and stuff like that. Nothing for us to really discuss too in depth. But yeah, so with all that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. For those of you who stuck around to the end, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'll try to do more update videos like this, as well as just more content going forward to go along with streaming on Twitch, which I do almost daily. So check me out on there. I'm going to be going live on Twitch here pretty soon. So if you happen to catch this video the day that the patch comes out, feel free to drop in and say hello. I would love to see you there. Until next time though, guys, thanks for watching. Much love. Peace out. Later.